Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over some basic snare EQ moves. So let's get to it. All right, so starting out, this is what the drums sound like that we're working with today. So already from the start, that snare is already in a pretty good place. The sample library that I'm using in this video is the Counter Kit sample library, and it's designed to sound good out of the box already. So we're working with good samples here, but let's try to bring out a little bit more personality from this snare. First, I'll dial the snare in and solo, then with the rest of the drum set, and then we'll bring in the mix at the end and kind of level match it to where it's sitting in the mix right. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to filter out some of this low end. Not too much, just kind of more of the sub rumble. And every snare has its own sweet spot, so you want to be careful with this. You don't want to go too extreme with it, or else you're going to make your snare sound too thin. See, as you can hear, whenever I start bringing this up towards 160, 180, you can already hear kind of the low end attack of the snare, and that's stuff that we don't want to cut out. So I'm thinking more like around 70 to 80 is going to be the sweet spot for this one. So you don't want that. Yeah, just something like that. 12 dB, 18 dB. I wouldn't go more than that. You kind of want a gentle EQ slope with that. Now, the next thing I want to do is something that is pretty standard and something that everyone reaches for most of the time, and that's boosting 180 to 220 on the snare. So I'm just going to do a basic bell boost where the low end peaks on the snare attack and see how that sounds. You can hear if I boost this too much, it's going to be bringing up some of those harmonics that follow right after, and we'll tackle that as soon as we figure out the sweet spot. Let's go for like 5 dB boost here. I like the low end lift that gives that, but like I said, right after probably around 220 to 240, we're getting this hum. It kind of sounds like a submarine sonar, and I really don't like that sound in my snare, so let's go ahead and fish for that and get that out. Yep, it's right at 220. So let's go ahead and make that Q curve as thin as we can make it so it's not affecting the 200 that we just boosted, and then get rid of that. All right, now the next area I want to tackle is from 400 to 800. This area can typically make your snare sound a little boxy, especially in metal. In other genres, you might want to retain some of that. But personally, for me, whenever I cut around this area, it really helps my snare sound. So let's see what we can do with that. Let's check out the moves that we've made so far in context. So one thing I've noticed is since we boosted so much on the low end, the snare is a little uneven sounding. So let's go ahead and boost some of this high end. I'm probably going to end up using a high shelf. Sometimes I'll use a bell band boost, but I feel like overall doing a high band is going to be better in this instance. So let's see how that sounds. Okay, around 3 dB is the sweet spot for that. I just want to lift the overall snare up just a little bit. So now let's check out before and after with the drums, and then let's bring it into the mix. So right away, you can already immediately tell how much more life that snare has. So let's go ahead and see how it sounds like with all the instruments and adjust from there. And that sounds pretty good to me. The only thing I did is I boosted the volume, the output level on Pro Q3, and I found another ringing frequency around 900 that I wanted to get rid of. So now let's compare the EQ before and after. And that's it for this week's video. Thanks for watching. If you liked this, please like and subscribe to the channel, and let us know what else we should cover in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.